So I've been testing this spot here for almost an hour now with different baits and a wonderful feed mix that's working pretty well. Common carp, Dinklesbill carp, regular carp, yeah, there's quite a bit going on here right now. And there's the next Dinklesbill mirror carp. Yeah, F1 carp are also here, so a really nice colorful mix of what's coming in here at the moment. Really, really nice. And that with different baits and one feed mix. And that's looking pretty good too. Hang on. There's the next Dinklesbill. Yeah, I'm starting off with relatively small baits just to see what all bites here first. So boilie plus corn, let's say medium-sized bait combination. And that already seems to be working pretty well. That's how it looks right now. So just about 1 hour here at the spot, and already quite a bit has come in. Babe is included, and orange ogon was part of it, several F1 carp, and the others are of course always coming in different variations. So not bad at all. A super freak is also in the mix, and like I said, with all kinds of feed mixes, no weight, not different feed mixes, but different baits and one feed mix. That's always the special thing, because if you make a feed mix that's somewhat neutral, then you can use all sorts of different bait and it still works. So cast back out again, and off it goes. It's really looking good, and I'm pretty satisfied. We're down here at this little spot, and you're casting out around 12 meters. So not super far, but about 12 meters is enough. And then things really get going here. You can stand here perfectly, for example, if you want to do the happy hour. Then it really runs here. Yeah, as for bait combinations, like I already said, I've tried quite a few now. What always works well is simply cream. Cream as an aroma, an absolute classic, pretty much always works here at Copper Lake too. I've tried scallop, also works quite well. So here we've got garlic and scallop with scallop green. And next up we've got spice. And spice also works really, really well at Copper Lake. So you've got to keep testing spice. I haven't tested banana yet. At other spots, banana is currently working really well, so that would definitely be an option here, to just give banana a try. Right, let's see what else bites here. Is it already on? Yeah, it's already on. Nice! Weight-wise, also quite okay for the fact that I'm still using small gear. That fits. Well, look, there's the next C2 Super Freak. Even that one's coming in here, so it's really wild what's all biting here. Although, if you specifically want the C2 Super Freak, then ideally, you'd also use the C2 Super Freak feed mix. I already showed how that's made in other videos, so protein and fat rich, and that works really, really well for the C2 Super Freak. Definitely worth testing here at this spot too. Now let's quickly take a look at the feed mix, because this one here is a spice feed mix based on hemp seeds, with spicy feed pellets, with anise in it, cinnamon as an aroma, and there's also biscuit or rice in it. Here we can see it a little better, definitely easier to recognize. So hemp seed base, spicy feed pellets, biscuit as a base, rice included, anise feed pellets, and cinnamon as aroma again. And with this spicy aroma, like I said, it really works. Whether as PVA or with a spod rocket or in ball form, that's totally up to you. You only have to cast about 12 meters out. You can even just toss in little balls, and it already runs quite well. Yeah, and you can see with different baits, with different aromas, and every aroma works a bit more or less at different times. And the one that works best, you can then use on all rods, of course. So maybe you start with scallop, go 20 minutes with scallop, and if things slow down, maybe switch to cream, or just leave it mixed like now. And that works really well too. That's the big advantage of a feed mix that's more on the neutral side, compared to a mix that's made with just cream 5 times over and nothing else. That's completely one-dimensional, and if suddenly nothing works anymore, well then the spot's totally burnt because of the feed mix, and you can't test any more baits. Yeah, next step is of course to slowly increase the bait size again. That's always a nice way to start testing aromas. You could go even smaller, just with a pop-up corn. That's always the best way to quickly check if something's going on at a spot. Just drop in the pop-up corn. If that works, move forward with it. If it doesn't, immediately switch to another aroma. Now we're quickly checking the cash register. Quick look at the cash to see how we're doing financially. And then, like I said, straight back to the spot and use bigger boilies for bigger fish. So, First, let's take a look at the cafe, and that's already looking good again. We can already sell the F1 carp. They're always worth it. And for F1 carp, you could even just go with a night crawler, really basic setup. If, for example, you're just doing a little tour and checking out Copper Lake, even with a night crawler hook, it's always worth going for F1 carp. Tench wasn't in the mix this time. Orange Ogon, not a big one either yet, but overall, things are looking good. Now let's check the fish market, and you can see right away why F1 carp is so interesting. For its size, it's actually the most valuable fish in the cash register. Unbelievable. 30 to 40 silver for an F1 carp like that. I think it was around 2 kilograms, which is already quite a good weight. Of course, they often come in smaller too, but if you've got a well-running spot for F1s, then it's absolutely worth it. So in total, 450 silver with the cafe order. That's really solid. Tried out lots of things, started out without feed mix again, but overall I have to say, I'm already pretty happy with it. At least it was a decent happy hour. Good XP, a bit of silver earned, what more do you want? Bam, sell it, and now quickly back to it. If it helped you, drop a like, don't forget to subscribe, really helps me a lot, and then I'll see you in the next video. Until then, tight lines.